a lot of what we know about pine pollen comes from traditional Chinese medicine books. Its early recordings go back to the Han Dynasty, 3th century AD, in the Shennong herbal classic. It is mentioned as a yin tonic, as a substance that can help resolve dampness. From that point onwards, we see traces and references to it all the way to conventional books. What is really known and what is said about it in traditional Chinese medicine is that it is a seasonal food. It's a seasonal medicinal ingredient, and it doesn't preserve and stay long. So it had somewhat of a limited use because of that aspect. You know, it comes in the tree and it's gone, and you can capture only so much of it. And what you can get because of the probiotics and the bugs that grow on it, it doesn't stay long, so it doesn't preserve well. So it was used, but it was used in limited capacity. But a couple of decades ago, the Chinese government put a lot of investment into its traditional Chinese medicine and reviving it. So one of the things that came out of that project was the Chinese Pine Pollen project, and they tried to figure out how to first produce it at large volumes, and then how to preserve it so that it could be used throughout the year. Which brings us to what we know about pine pollen now, is that, you know, that yin aspect of support, we know that it supports we know that it has bioidentical androgens in there, things that support yin, support growth, support nourishment. And as far as dampness goes, we know that these bioidentical androgens resolve dampness in the sense that dampness is something that accumulates in the system over time. There is a lot of relevance in terms of it's used as a tonic, as a yin tonic, so it boosts nutrients, and also as a food that can deal with dampness. In traditional Chinese medicine, the idea of dampness is anything that accumulates in the body that slows the physiological responses. And if you think about dampness, it's what captures dampness the best is the aging process. You know, as you age, everything goes damp, everything starts to sag a little bit, everything becomes a little bit slower. Cognitive ability, physical ability, stamina, sexual performance, libido, recovery, all things that become damp, become congested, slow in movement. So pine pollen addresses these issues with dampness, and that's no wonder why you see it being used in andropause and menopause. You know, damp heat is the common symptom that you get when you get a menopausal hot flash, or prostate growth is a damp accumulation within the prostate from a TCM standpoint. So pine pollen really just looks at that category of diseases that are involved in damp and deficiencies. And another thing that I can say about the pollen in traditional Chinese medicine is its topical use. Because the pollen has a wide array of probiotics that grows in it, one of the things that we actually, when we tested this, it grows lactobacillus. So you can, essentially use this, the raw untreated pollen, you can use it as a yogurt or a culture starter. The probiotics themselves, when you apply it topically, when you wet it and you apply it topically, one of the main uses that's mentioned in TCM books is for acne. And you can see the hormone balancing impact of it. Too much testosterone, too much dysregulated or excreted testosterone can lead into acne. And then here's a product that is hormone balancing, that's damp regulating, and applied topically, you can deal with that. A lot of good references to it, a lot of good understanding of what and how to use it, in what combinations and in what formulas to use it. All of that we owe to traditional Chinese medicine, and a lot of current knowledge about what to use it, and we owe that still to the Chinese scientists, because most of the human trials and animal trials that have been done with it comes out of China. The story starts from the traditional Chinese medicine. The story starts from a product that is a yin tonic, that's damp resolving, that was seasonally used, and then it evolves into what we know about pine pollen and its impact pretty much in multi-systems because of its bioidentical androgen profile. It is growth promoting on all levels. There is a great compilation of research and references of traditional Chinese use that we have on our website. You can check us out, CanadianPinePollen.com. Go to research and benefits, and you'll see a list of all the clinical studies, all the animal studies, all the biochemistry of the pine pollen, as well as the list of the references, traditional Chinese references to its impact and how to use it. So check us out, CanadianPinePollen.com, and make sure to follow us on YouTube and take a look at other videos that we've tried to make to answer your questions.